Page Resh Lamed Zayin. We finished discussing the Indian of the Scalus Amidus, the way it is in the spheres from Mila. First, he brought from they're all like the way it's from Mila. It's a fourth line from the top. And you can make an yon b'avodah b'nefesh adam sheyesh gam ketlas. Etz Amidus Scalus Amidus. In Avodas Hashem, we have also these two stages in the development of midas. The way it's etzma midas and iskalus. Here, what is the midas achesed and Avodas Hashem? That's avas Hashem. Ruling in here. One is love, one is fear. And shame be'etzem afrochim zemizeh. In our this is God's dispatches and nefesh. There's a nice skill with greatest olikus. The Avos Hashem is a result of the nefesh being expanding and revealing itself, standing itself, which is a nice skill with great olikus. And the result of Avos is to be close and to cleave to the Eibishter. Zeh, name Shalai Deyad Sago is minus the Kir B'Tzayel Likia Mistabash Mistata B'Lachiyes. That Ava is a result of these Bainanus. He in Kirvas Elikia, the Eibishter is close to him. Mistata B'Lachiyes, Mistata B'Lachiyes. With that early key is clothed, rested in him, hidden him to give him life. Al derech, like the famous pasuk in Eir, Mipsori Arzelika. So the way the Eibishter relates to us, similar to the way the Neshama, the way it is in the individual experience. Just like the person who knows from his own experience, the Neshama, fills up the goof. The same thing the Eibishter is malafet. Shem Shadar Chayes Haguf Kamoy Keina and Stabash Hakus B'Nafsh Lachis. So just the nefesh is like a neshama that gives life, but the Eibishter is invested really. So he recognizes the misbainen and then contemplates that Ika Chayusoi is the early key. Person contemplates and invests in depth in his mind in a deep way. In a very strong connection. So that is Bainanus. Recognition that the Eibishter is the source of his life, of his being, that creates a feeling of Tidbak Nafshel Hashem. It creates a feeling of connection, which is the same concept of Ava. He wants to connect to the Ilui, greatness, that's stage one in these Bibles. That he, from his own personal experience. Then he thinks bigger, that the whole world is also the same way. And he recognizes that the Eibishter gives life to the entire universe, and that energy comes only from a ray, an extension. The what level of godliness is relates to us, to create us, to give us life? That's only a ziva. Shaking the essence of the Eibishter itself is above. And even the which is only an external extension of the Eibishter, it's also in our Chalelvis. Al Marshall, Kamoisha Nefesh Ruch, the Baguf Gash, Mishain, Marizan Zeklav. Just like the Nefesh and the Guf are two opposites. Nefesh is pure spirit. Guf is something very material, physical. And the Bezel is at totally different planes, different dimensions. And And despite that, the neshama invests itself in the body to give its life. So the Ebershter is slavish. He clothes himself, he invests himself in the world to give it life. While Cain, as a result of this, is bonus is pashat and nefesh milvoshel. So the nefesh wants to take off its garments that would conceal everything. Shalei tachat from taina gashmi ki im likol Hashem lidavik udavka. So as a result of this is bonus, the nefesh wants to drop in all the separate all the things that conceal the likus, the rushim, connect the image and shlitav from taina gashmi. It wants to avoid and drop all the physical, the material delights. The only thing it wants is dafka. So that's the Av. Kol zav chitzanis lavad davar mizban is better than chayisayim and chava simplify. So like we just explained, since this Av, the result of his bonus and that aspect of likus that gives us life, the mele that's only Av chitzanis. Then there's a deeper inner level of Av. So we just said it earlier also, but earlier we said it as a way to explain how the Eibishter connects to us. Here we look at the opposite view. The recognition, the contemplation, it's only something external and insignificant. More memory was Madagas and kids. The Eibishter himself is Shalei Be'er higher than all. Ushakosov God it was saying Chek. So what how does Elam shot in this possible God Lavai Mohammed was a Chek? Shamash Nibshabah Elam happiness God Lavai. But do loss out with the two levels in God. So God Lavai Mohammed is great and he is praised, which means it's a greatness that can be related to, it can be praised. But the real greatness ain't chek. It's mashlim from that level of likus that reaches our world darkness. God lavai. That's God lavai. The loss of atzim is the essence, essential, the eco greatness. Ain't chek. She'ain b'shum. Ain't chek. She'ain b'shum shenu mithalkus klal. One of the expressions of the fact that ain't chek, that it's impossible to understand, to investigate. There's no changes, there's no division, which goes on Havaila Shanisi. That's the Pasuk Havaila Shanisi, which means She'ein B'Shum Chiluf. There's no change because he's above everything. The fact that there's a world out there does not make any change. Why? He says, because the Chayes is only the life force the Eibishter's life force that reaches the Elamais. Something still, which because of English Shmoy Lavade, Hoydel Shmoy. Shem Havai Shem Havai itself is lofty, it's above. The Shmoy Koyal Shem Havai says Shmoy in this pasuk means Shem Havai, Shem Havai the Leil, the Yal Shem Havai. It says in pasuk earlier, Yal Shem Havai is Shmoy Lavade. So which Shmoy we talking about? Shem Havai. Shu Gam can move the Lavade. Even the Shem Havai is also moved the Lavade. It's separated and above and elevated above relating to this world. Like only the ray and the glory that say then he goes into more. The Shemcha in the Shemayim Va'aretz, Paul said the Ishtalshalos. Shemayim Va'aretz doesn't only mean heaven and earth. It's called Ishtalshalos. Nim Shabam Ach Pina Ziva Olavad. What reaches Ishtalshalos? Shemayim Va'aretz means the entire Ishtalshalos only Ha'olavad. The Eibush themselves, the Atzma is above it. Which Kosim, that's one with another pasuk. Near Yishman Yachin Balad Ein Likim. says Chassidus Pshat, Ani Rishon, Kodim Kol Ishtashlis. Rishon means above Ishtashlis. Vani Achain, La'ach, God says, Nana, Ve'eloid, Shem, Gilum, Adin Shir. After all the Giluim, Naniach, and I'm still there. God, and like, Ki, meine beim Zeif, and Chos, Eder Ishtashlis, Rak, in a Ziva, Ara Ba'al. I'm not sure how that's moment in the world, maybe Balad Kim, even in Balad means when I'm not there. I'm only it's only a Ziva Or, maybe that's what Balad. So that's in Balad Kim Ziva Or Baal. The entire system to Starshus, it's only our Baal. In Cain, Ephraim, and the result of this is bonus Zoitia, Zoit Magamas, we call the bot was so that is the second stage in his brain. Again, so the first is brain that brings the avo because the person recognizes that the Rebbe gives them life. So like it says in Tanya, just like a person loves his own himself, love means in the sense that he feels comfortable and he feels it's connected to himself. Since he recognizes that the Rebbe only gives him chayas, he wants to be connected to the Rebbe. That stage, that's the first is brain. The second is brain, this is a higher stage because then he calls it avachit senis. It means it's not deep enough in his nefesh. The higher level is comes from a deeper place, which is a result of this bonus that Abraham himself is above being Machai. He wants to connect to that inner, the higher level in the Likus. That creates a deeper level of Av. Kolchik, and then there's a third way. The third is Baininus that invokes Ava, which is I guess even a deeper level in Ava. Kasha is Bain, many Kriyas and Shabbos Yisrael, Shem Avayim Mamish. This means Bain that the Ebershter is a direct, special relationship, special connection, Dafka to Pas, Dafka to the Shabbos Yisrael. Which goes the Medrash Rabbe. This is the Medrash we learned it the first time we opened the Medrash. Pasuk Asher Lo Elokim Tovim Elof. It's an interesting Medrash. It says in Pasuk, Mi Goy Godel Asher Lo Elokim Tovim Elof. Kashem Elokeinu B'chol Karein Elof. Who is this great nation that the Ebershter is close to? So he says like this, that the Chayra, so Medrash says a question. It says when you want to say there's this great king that you're related to. So who do you say? You say he's my relative. I am his relative. You say I am his relative. He's the main thing. I'm just it's my relative. Don't say he's my relative. I don't know if this applies in the modern language. You can understand it. That's what the Medrash says. So what is the nimshal? He says it says in pasuk Asher Lo Elokim Kovim Elof. It should say the opposite. Who Koviv Elof? Should say I am close to him, not he's close to me. So, who Koviv Elof Ein Ksivka. Doesn't say there's Oshtevis in the bottom line. Ein Ksivka. Doesn't say who Koviv Elof that we are his relatives. Elokim Kovim Elof, he's our relative, which means in a way that we are the important person, he is our relative. Says Pshat. So what's Chassidus say Pshat in this Medrash? And the Shabbos is so that's Hashem Havai. Lekim, Lekim was lower than Havai. We are connected to Havai. And Kaviyachol, the Ebershter is close to us. Kilo Milmat. We are the important. Obviously, it's a marshal. It brings out the point that the Ebershter, that we are so connected, such a high madriga, Shem Havai, which is even up to the Shem Lekim. So Lekim is Kohen Mela. Lekim is close to us. Which of course, so Livnei Salam Kohen. And we see actually it says Kohen Mela. It says actually that Livnei Salam Kohen. Who is the Kohen? Livnei Sol. Where does the pasuk say Livnei Salam Kohen? Kohen Shem Havai Delil. I forgot. What is the pasuk before Bnei Salam Koivei? I don't remember the pasuk before, but it says the pasuk before Koyal Shem Havai. Shem.
Something I don't know.
No, Adal Hasidah was the next one. It's the next
Okay.
it's the one before that. So I think it's the same pasuk it says before. Yalla Shema is Adal Shema Kalam. Yeah. Yalla Shema Knis Guf Shema Lavad is the same pasuk. Same pasuk as before. Hoy Adal Shema. Ram Kan Bnei Salam Koiv. Koiv of Shem Havai. Shem Elikim or Mispashtet is by the Masach Yesu. So, okay, the Shem Elikim, that's the level of Gedlikus, especially on Yesu. Shem Havai, and Mailam is a bit better. The Sham is Sal, Madriga Zu. So the Sham is Sal is Madriga of Havai, higher than Shem Elikim. Oh, was that much because Havai Elikenu, Shavai Elikashalam. That's the Lashon Dikol Lepotik, Havai Elikenu. It's, I mean, the expression of Elokeinu says in a lot of places. Maybe it means in this pasuk, Kashem Elokeinu b'chol kareinu elo, Shema Yitzhak Elokeinu, or Hashem Elokeinu. So we there are some places. Was meant us Shashavai Olekashalam. Who is our connect? Who we connected to the Shem Havai? So what was the, so this shows that the shamas is until now, in other words, the first two is Bainus and he spoke in general, but the third is Bainus talks about how Eden have a direct, special connection to the highest Madriga, to Shem Havai. That's tam. Umikol shekain alidei kimat eramitzah shniskar oides. Well, there's even more higher level of connection. Eden Bichlal have the connection, but Toter Mitzvah is connect even more. A reason Nas, so what happens to this Bainanus? Is not so as Ava Kirish Peish. So that is Bainanus brings us to even a higher level of Ava. For earlier we spoke about Ava Fitzenis, Ava Nimis, he says that there's another, even a deeper level now, Ava Kirish Peish. The level of Ava, which is comparable to fiery flames. The expression Shelo Yachbetz he already said earlier, also when he spoke to the other Abbas. I guess it's a different type of Lo Yachbetz. The Lo Yachbetz from before is a more say more quiet way. In this Lo Yachbetz is a much it's much deeper and more powerful. Como shekasu, brings the pasuk. Mili b'shmayim v'lecha v'chavasi ba'aretz kol asher levovi. So this pasuk brings out b'shmayim v'aretz orak levat. Al ken ein lechavas b'kach. So the level of b'shmayim v'aretz is not enough. That's not good enough. Rak levat. Al ken ein lechavas b'kach. Kol b'atzim tzayir. זהו עניין, דרך אגב, זהו עניין ביטל הסרופים שאומרים קודש הווי צבועות. You say every day in truth, one second, what did he say in the pasuk? The Malachim that are called Srofim say Kodesh. That says in pasuk in Nishai. I think it's Nishai. They say Kodesh Hashem Tzvot. What does it mean Kodesh Hashem Tzvot? Shpir Shavai Tzvot to Shekol Tzivei Tzvot El Yoinim Chnasarim Shachas Mishom. So Havai Tzvot is that level of Havai which it laws itself to the Madrig of Tzvot, to Tzivei Tzvot El Yoinim, all the Malach. That's Knesset and Mshechas Mishum. Etzem Shem Havai, Kodesh Amudlo Mehem. The Havai itself, Kodesh Havai. Havai itself is Kodesh Amudlo Mehem. Val Kein Em Te'evim Leis Lalis, Etzem Shem Havai, Kodesh Amudlo Mehem. Shalcheni Kodesh. And they have this yearning and desire to connect to the Etzem Shem Havai, Kodesh Amudlo Mehem. Shalcheni is going Sofim Shenis. That's why they are called Sofim Shenisa for Berish Beish Achukar called Havai. Just said before that this is bonus brings the Ava Kerish Be'esh. It's a type of Ava that is compared to fiery flames. B'meile, that's why the Malachim, the Shayan of it describes the Malachim say Kodesh, they're called Sofim. Why they also they become consumed by the fire, by the powerful fire. So that is Bichlal the Sofim, but we now without talking about Sofim, we're talking about Neshamas. It's I feel Neshamas, and Neshamas have a higher, in the Neshamas, this entire class is in a higher state. Neshamas Shegoyim Madriga, Shem Koyim Lashem Havai. So Neshamas are Koyim Lashem Havai, so when Neshamas say Kodesh, it means something else. Pirish Kodesh. Havai Tzvois, when Neshamas say Kodesh, Havai Tzvois, and Shavai Tzvois. Sheresh Neshamas Tzvois. The Havai is the Sheresh. The Sheresh Neshamas Tzvois. Okay, you come Neshamas Tzvois B'Shem Kodesh. That's why Neshamas Tzvois called Kodesh. When Havai Mazah Sitim Zadik Mishem or Lifneim Kodesh. Mekomko in our Kodesh Havai Atzim. So even though Neshamas, see, he's saying almost like two. You have to. He's saying that mitzad echad neshamas are connected at the highest level, but still they don't have the actual. They're connected, but that makes them want to be even higher. Why? Because ein hareich l'kedushas havai atz, the kedusha of his soul is stuck very high, but ein hareich, it's not the on the level of kedushas of Hashem atz. The meile. But b'meile, what happens? That the Avish themselves is obviously above it. B'meile says, the Neshama Tzol have Shem Havai, that's Kedushas Chem. Because the mitzvah Shem. And even higher, that's on their own, like we said before, Salam Koiv. And even higher than that, because of their mitzvahs, Mikomakoim, Mikdoshasi Lemaila, Sheina El Hafal. He himself is even higher than the highest level of connection to the Sham. He brings in a loshon from the Piyut Igdal. The Gdusha that he has, Leib Shalei Be'erech. Hinek she's Bainam calls that. So that is, so he described the connection of the Eibush in the Shams Yisrael. Tzadach the Koivoy, and especially during the term, Tzad Sheni, there's still even a higher Madrega. The Melech she's Bainam calls that. So it's about more from we call Geder Elegama. Ko Makamis Samtsem. Is lavish, but he's the Eibush himself is above all even a get of fire. Come this something is lavish contact himself, and it's lavish by the Mesvisha Shanasan Amisal Bichlav, all of Bifra, that's a Lush in Tanya. All this is Lashanis in Tanya. The Eibush came down, and Ishan Shanasan Amisal Bichlav, he was a shot and all of Bifrat, each individual eat. So that is pointless as I come upon him. So just like the water, when the face looks into the water, into the mirror, and reflects the same face, is live, it is light, naturally, color with a bottle, that will inspire and, and make the neshama in a state of inspiration. We call it bottle like you see in normal relationships that the love for one direction elicits the love to the opposite direction. Kamala Marshall, so brings a Mashpia Makabel, just says general Mashpia Makabel. So we'll translate it as teacher and student, let's say. Kasha Mashpia Yara Vos Ava Piskavos Makabel. Teacher shows an extreme level of love and connection to the student. So we finished discussing. It's all part like a few layers. We started talking about what does Ava mean. You started discussing how do we see the midas and avodas Hashem. He spent like almost a page describing how the midah of Avas Hashem works in this context, works in various levels. Generally speaking, it's got three levels of explaining. It brings three levels of Ava. They explain that sorry, Zelekad, it's blind as the Irish stuff is removed, it's blind stuff. The Neshama Church is so connected to Havai. This is blind as brings the Ava. So what do we see is the bottom, the summary of this entire discussion is called in an Ava as sparsas with galus kayach hanefesh. Avas Hashem means the way in the way Hashem. The Ava means the expansion and extension and revelation of the nefesh. He wants to connect and cleave to the David. What is the second meter? We just said before, it's Ava and Ira. What is Ira? How does Ira operate? Ira is the opposite, he says. Because kivus hanefesh, we had argued the opposite. That means the contraction of the nefesh, and the opposite of gilud. Had argued. Shobam said, that feeling, that emotion is a result of this beingness in the richuk of elikus ha'emes. The Rebbe is removed from elikus. There's a pasuk that indicates this concept that Ira is connected to richuk. It says in pasuk, when the nation saw, the people saw the big Elohim, they went away. They stood at a distance. They were afraid to get closer. What is the pshat is? Shemim Shamitzad is bonus by flow, but that's in Sofa Shemarum over the miles of that is a result of this bonus that the Ebershter is above us, is removed from us, it's Shalei Berent us. Commercial Noim Lamato, so we have a marshal from the way it is in the human experience. Melech, talking about the king, Shemachmat Shemuvdu Min Ha'am, Yeshu P'stog B'chad Chadar Echol P'nim Al Kein Nefel Salam. The fact that the king is closed in his own room, he's removed from everybody, he's above everybody, that creates a feeling of awe and respect in the people. If the king will be the type of person who mingles with the people, is always with the people, talks around, so that will diminish the respect, diminish the awe that the people are experiencing when they think about the king. Actually, that's one of the reasons that Hazal is saying So I think it's also brought in Rambam, Hilchos Talmud Torah. Shebdein mina. Talmid Chachamim should not mingle with the people. They should stay above. They should stay separate. Kedei shetipolei masam alam. So that masam over here doesn't mean fear. It means respect. In other words, if someone, in order for someone to be respected, he has to be. He has to stay he has to be separated, he has to be removed, he has to be in a distance. Distance creates respect. If you too close, if you mingle too much, it takes away the respect. That's we say the Chazal say about Talmid Chacham. Chen is Talmid b'melech. Then it says clearly about a melech. But the king, she'ein rechen al susai, you don't ride on his horse. Ein yeshin al kisei. Same tosim Lech HaMelech. They must say Lech. Interesting how it does it backward. The Gemara says the opposite. It says same tosim Lech HaMelech. Shetei Maseh Alecha. The pasuk says Alecha. What is the same Lech HaMelech? Point king above you. What is above? Shetei Maseh Alecha. You should have respect for it. That the Gemara says Shein Yerechen Al Susim and Yeshma Kis. Don't use his tool. Don't use his car. Don't use his chair. Because that will make you feel too close to him, that he'll lose the respect. So we see from all this that distance creates a feeling of awe and respect. That's a marshal, obviously. That explains that the Maila had the ears, how do we reach ears Hashem? Reach the ear through these the actions himself three words that express the same concept. It is separated and above and lofty. That creates a feeling of fear and awe and respect. There's a word missing here. Because that creates beetle benafshal, because he has oz, but mainly he's bottled, he's nullified, it's personal, he feels insignificant. Okay, so now he has a question. Earlier we used the same disbailinus to create avos. We have a shtickle stealer here. Earlier we said that when this burn and the extra I remove these, that creates a yearning, all of a sudden here we said that is Benus creates ears. How do we reconcile these two? Looks like a very similar type of isbailinus, and that creates the opposite feelings. Earlier in the page, at the time of the page, he said that this Bainus, the Eberster, is removed from us, creates a feeling of yearning, wanting to connect. Here we say that this is Bainus wants us to run away. We want to be distant. So it seems like the same type of contemplation creates opposite results. So what's the pshat? Achiluku said there is a difference. The difference you have to understand how the difference works, but there's a difference. Achiluku, Shom, calling us a ghost about some patches of Zachayil, one of that sort of we spoke earlier how this boinus in the godless, in the greatness of the Abish that brings the Ava, how do we reach that understanding? How the Abish is the Atlas removed from us, how do we reach that? Through this boinus now we kiss the patches level. To first recognizing the part that Mandariga Holikus, that that reaches us. And through that, through the recognition of what Madriga it is, that the keys is that brings them to understanding that the Eibush himself is above. Shall Cain la yachz Hashem sahalovat can call back to say. Shows up in our fish. In other words, let's break it down. In other words, how does it work in the Ava and the Isbainis mixed Ava? The first step is he recognizes that there's a power and energy that connects to us, that gives us life. And he recognizes this is only an extension. There is the essence which is deeper. So the male that makes him I want to go deeper than that. It's not enough that I only got the early keys. Saying this, I want to get to the real thing. It's like saying you have someone let's say someone is nice to you. I mean, I'm just trying to marshal, which is not exact, but it's maybe a little. Someone is nice to you, and you say, "Oh, he's nice to me. Why? He's visible from something else. He's nice to me. Oh, he must be a very nice person. I wonder. I'd like to connect to him." To what he really what does he really feel with when I'm close to him, not just when he's just nice to me bahutz. Maybe when I'll get closer to him, I'll get to know him better, so I'll get even better. It'll make me feel even better. So it means that this stuck. You realize that there must be something deeper, but that is a result of the first step is the average connects to you. So that way of thinking. So the fact that you know it's higher, that wants you to connect, that that makes you want to connect to the higher level. Let's look at the language of the mind. לא יחד לשאוף תחור לבד, כי מלכל בעצם סוף, שזה הפנסה בשפש כנל. Prinsa בשפש כנל is a result of this two-step process. First, you appreciate what he does for you. So you say, hey, that's only an extension of what he is. He's really more than that. So let me get to the real thing. So that's the process that brings up. The fact, the recognition that the real thing is higher, that wants you to connect to the real thing. I mean, in a hero comes from opposite, from a different place. שמרגיש בעצם מן האפור ברמז דרס אצבעות, שמות ומורו מפנסה לכיס ופעם שחלה מוצאים ערך בפקוע. That, in other words, in the era, he says, it's not about, you don't start with the process, he's going to say in a minute he does, but it's just a recognition how distant he is. אף שזה גם בו אחרי הזמנים והפרט מגיע לראות שמחה ילומס, וכאן גם עיקר הרגש שלא יהיו בעצם סדר שמוף לו. It's a subtle difference. It's a subtle difference which it means that the fact that in this bonus brings the ear, you also recognize that remove these. That's also starts from the fact that he's close to him. But even in the part that he's close to him, from higher elements, he doesn't pay attention so much to the fact that it gives you a lot that he want to connect. It's more of an intellectual. I don't know how to describe it. It's more of intellectual formula. Because you recognize that he gives you life, that makes you want to connect. That makes it recognize that he's really way above it. The fact that he has the power to give you life. So it's, in other words, what is the emphasis here? In the first one is the emphasis is the being excited about feeling connected to the image. So first you feel excited they're connected, that aspect, that madrega for because it gives you life. That in turn tells you no, that's not enough. That there's a deeper place. There's some place which is above connecting, above giving me life. Really, I want to connect to the higher one. That's the way it works in the first these bonus that brings up. The bonus brings here, even when you look at the part at that level that it gives you life, so you don't you're not excited about the closeness. Forget you're shocked by the unbelievable power. It's use the word shock, that the lashon over here. What the feeling is more about the awe of the greatness. You know, when you let's think about it, try to think about it. Somebody, like I said before, in the first is going, someone is very generous to you. So that itself, you can look at it two ways. One way is, oh, he's such a nice person. I want to get to know him better. I want to trust him. The other look is he's so generous. He's a giant. He's so great. So you feel insignificant. You feel how it's really something which is you can't relate. It's above you.
It's more bipnimius
What?
When the flow is from the atmos, it's algosha more bipnimius. The first thing is more to the etzem. The first thing is about you, how you feel, and you're not internalizing the atmos.
Okay, yeah, that's also a good point. Right. Okay, we're internalizing. Okay. So the result of this is baininus. Of this baininus brings the recognition that the Eberster is removed. Like you say, pnimius. That what feeling does it get to you? The opposite of ava, kibbutz, the contraction, bittul. You lose the ego. That is that's the ear. Agam. Okay, so the Hagar brings the Hagar another point, which I think it's not against so much in them. Just for emphasis, there's another level of Ava. There's another level of Ava that's a result that's connected also to Atzim Shalom Ayomis. That's really a different story. So that is not connected to these bindings. That's something that the Eivishter Milamayla gives you that connection. For in Kirva vocal and it's I mentioned last time that this is the Lashon Der Chaim, that certainly Tshuva is the time of Kirva Moyer and Nitzitz. The Moyer, the source of light, which and that's a mashal obviously, which means the Rebbe himself he gets closer to the Nitzitz, to the spark. Here uses the Lashon Avuka, and it shows as Avuka creates Avuka, which means like a torch. That creates monitzutis. So So the source of light connects to the sparks, which basically is a marshal. The Ava comes in Milamayla. The Eibishter connects. It's not a connection that comes from our Avodah, from our Yisrael. It's something Milamayla. Shekol anitzutis misach miskabel Avuka. That when the Avuka connects to the kill of Avuka anitzutis, when the Avuka gets closer to the sparks, so all the sparks they gather together and they consumed in the light of the avuk. So when there's the gilam milo, it's not something, again, it's not, like it says, so so basically, it says here that the Ava Krish Beish, which is connected to Atzmas itself, that's not part of what we're talking about here, because that's not a result of this blindness. That's something that comes from Milomar. Now, Ketchel, Chain, Masher, Betania, Ava Krish Beish, Abo, Machmas Atvuna, Vadak, Dos Hashem is Bo, so B'chal B'Salem. So basically, what he's saying is the Ava Krish Beish, there are two madrigas. The Avikish page comes as a result of his beinanus. The Avikish page comes as a result of Matan Milamayla. In Tanya, it talks about the different Avas Eilam and Ava Rabba, which is two levels in Ava. Avas Eilam means Avas comes Milamata. That's what's called Avas Eilam. There's a few ways Avas. It's a Ava comes in Lamata. It's in Tanya. Where is it in Tanya? I don't remember. In Tanya, when he talks about Ava Krish Be'esh, it's part of Ava's Olam. Why? Weil für Ika Ava, warum sagt das Beines bei alle Kisa, mach Israels. Actually, they can't. They can't. Who bought the Kobarat and the Shaliach to show about enough.
Doesn't Tanya says our rabbis comes from Lemala? I believe it says it comes from Lemala, if I'm not mistaken. Because
I'm not saying about Ava. I'm saying Ava Krish Be'esh.
Isn't it the same thing?
No, I guess not. That's what he tells us. There are two levels of Ava. There's Ava Rabba Krish Be'esh. That is something. I mean, he used the Lashon earlier. Ava Rabba Krish Be'esh is, what does it say earlier? Agam, what does it say? Agam, יש פרס אבא רבא שואל גשבצת. The אבא רבא, כשפה, אבא רבא, that's מהתון מלמעלה. אבא כשפה יש סתם, I guess, that's something that comes in מלמטה. You know what, I'll have to do some research on this and I'll get back to this situation.
Yeah,
Why
I
is
think
it?
that we need to just compare with what says in the Tanya, I guess. I mean,
Yeah, I stuff in the time, but I don't have time here right now.
thank you.
Okay, we'll do it tomorrow.
Why is it called Avo Kirish Be'esh? The Avo Shabo Milmailo looks like it's the same Dago. It's not the same Dago.
There's Ava Krish Page, there's Ava Rabba Krish Page. I think that's two levels. Okay, I'll look it up to better tomorrow. But it's still Ish Be'esh. Now, it's a feeling of like burning flames that describes the Ava. It's burning flame. But the question is, where does it come from? What is the source of that feeling? Does it come to this burniness or it comes in Milomailo?
But it's not the same results. It's called Kirish Be'esh, but it's not the same. Maybe the Tnua is the same, but it's not the same feeling.
Yeah, you're right. It's a different feeling, probably. Okay, let's just finish one line. And hopefully, I'll do it tomorrow again. Mashenke, in Aira, after Balach is running the point, I'll call Ika Regasha Kunsarem as Asa Yoshai. There's enough of this Iro Bill of an after the He started asking a question. Gam Shiesh Gam Ava Shergish Batman. He says, that Dagish comes from me. That's something different. That's Matanim Mar. The regular Avakrish page comes to his bindings. The male, there's no people there. It's still you but yourself. Schenken Ira, which is the connection to Likus, in a way that it's tough on people. All right, we'll deal with it tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you. Shkoyach.
The song